it is my great pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Ulric Jerome, CEO of MatchesFashion.com.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ulric Jerome. I'm the CEO of MatchesFashion.com. I'd like to thank Paul, James, for your kind invitation, and Lumine for having MatchesFashion.com coming today to Tokyo and to present. First, it's my first time in Tokyo. I'm super, super happy for many, many reasons. It's a world of opportunity. I think it is as a single country. One of the things that I've ever experienced is an opportunity in luxury online, which I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to present what we're doing as a business overall in the world, but looking at what's the opportunity in Tokyo and in Japan, we're extremely excited to be here. So no further ado as well, I'll go into who we are as a business. So just some information about who we are. We started our business about 30 years ago, so we are absolutely not a startup business. We started in London, and 30 years ago, we only had one store, physical store, selling luxury products, fashion, luxury, accessories, ready-to-wear, in a residential area in Wimbledon, which is a district in London. And from that single store, now we transformed totally the business, and we are operating in 170 countries. We ship in 170 countries. Our business now is 95% online, out of which 80% is outside of the UK. And literally, that full transformation happened in the past 5 years. And I'm going to talk today on how do we do that. Now, the pictures are way better and film are way better than my words, so I have a small clip for you.
From the ass. Some call me trash, some call me nasty, call me crash, but you can't match me. I'm smash on me like a bear, I staring at my ass and my beard and my mustache. Hair and a mullet, you know you gotta love it. So sexual and so conceptual. Figure me out, trying to catch you about. Contagious, outrageous, courageous, crank. I'm on your big feet like airport security. Flip it complete, then I'm in obscurity. Flip it maturity, got a big bad brain, then my champagne stain is a Yankee chain. Serpentine, serpentine, never straight line, serpentine, 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 never straight line, serpentine. I say so, touch me and I'll give you empathy, go. Pesca, fresca, peachy so worldwide. Pesca, fresca, peachy so worldwide. Serpentine, serpentine, never straight line, serpentine, 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 never straight line, serpentine. So worldwide, serpentine, serpentine, never straight line, serpentine, 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 never straight line, serpentine, 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 never straight line, serpentine, 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 never straight line, serpentine.
Great, so that was just a small clip showing a bit what we're doing and all the different touch points that we believe in. Now, There's a word, and I always say it, that I really do not like, is omnichannel. Because at the end of the day, digital, physical, physical, digital should be the same. It should be commerce. And this is exactly what we think the customer wants every day. The customer wants to have multiple touch points. He wants to experience. He wants to be inspired. The customers want to be are extremely curious. And our point of differentiation today is our fashion point of view. So we are well known in the market to have a very strong fashion point of view in everything that we do. Half of our website is actually content. And we merge content and commerce together, which I'll show you exactly how we do this practically every day. And what the press is telling and saying about MatchesFashion.com is that they always say that we stand for innovation in retail and that we ignite the fire in every one of our customers. And that's extremely important because the minute we lose that, we lose everything. The opportunity is to inspire every day. And believe me, customers really want this. Customers today are not necessarily looking for the top international brand. They are more interested about the brands that they don't know. And the ability for us is how do we merge both worlds together. So we're very, very careful in the way we curate the product and the content on the website and in our stores. So we are known to discover brands every season. So we have 450 brands on our website across men and women. We do about 80% of our business on women, 20% on men, but men is growing very fast. At maturity, it should be around 30% men, 70% women. We've created, as an example, a new program since about 2 seasons now called the Innovators. And the Innovators is a selection, a troupe of designers, not just new designers, but designers who are literally changing the face of retail, changing the face of people's dress. And we put them into a troupe and we expose them to the world. So we are becoming a platform, a global platform of exposing new talents to the world. So it first starts from the customer. So this is just an understanding of who is our customer. So let's start with women. So first, everything that you're seeing today, everything visually is actually produced by us, internally. All the look and feel is produced by us, because we do believe that it's our DNA. So all of those great imagery here, that's produced internally. So our woman customer is modern, elegant, individual, confident, and loves fashion. Now, she's confident, and she's confident enough because she likes to be directed. She likes to be directed in a way that we can suggest trends. And there's a logic in everything that we do. And let me tell you about the logic. So these are 6 customer profiles that we use for men and women. So this is the woman customer profile. And basically the idea here is that because we work with the logic of understanding what the customer is that the buyers, before going into a new season, come up with those new profiles. So here are the women ones. So the fashion pioneer, the romantic, the free spirit, the purist, the creator, the warrior. And we have a specific edit for all of those profiles. So when the buyers are going into the showrooms, when they meet the brands, they only buy with the understanding of those customers. So when you go onto the site, there's always a logic. Same thing for men. So our men customer is considered to be considered, luxurious, and a very important word, effortless. And that's extremely important. And these are the customer profiles of the men customer here. We are targeting the athlete, the weekend adventurer, the fashion intellectual, the creative, the purist, and the modern playboy. Now, the way it works is that once we do it with the buyer, with all those customer profiles, the buyers do a mood board of all those different styles, and in each and every one of the departments within our business, they do a download of all the selection that they've done linked to those profiles. So the entire company, every season, is completely connected and understand what is the buy that we've done and who is our customers. And it starts from here, because if you control the edit, the curation, then there's a real story for the customer. And this is, for us, the way we look at retail. And that's what Vogue is actually saying. MatchesFashion.com have created a unique and forward-thinking showcase for fashion, because it literally starts from understanding the customer. So, I also wanted to talk to you about Ray. So, Ray is our own brand, exclusively distributed on MatchesFashion.com, both for men and women. It has about 3.5 years of existence. It's doing extremely well. Very fashion forward, very strong pieces, extremely liked by the press, and really great because it's an aggregator of all the data that we have around customer, understanding their preferences. It's almost weekly drops or every 2 weeks that go onto the site with Ray. Now, in order to be really to keep up the momentum, to keep up the growth that we have, we need to be more customized in every country in the world. So we do it step by step. So we've released a Korean website that you can see here. We released a French website. And we trade, of course, in English with specific services in different countries, from logistics to payments and so forth. We have a service of customization, which is extremely important. So we ship to 170 destinations and plus with one warehouse based in London. We were the first company in the world to introduce a 90 minutes delivery service for our entire catalog in London from 6 a.m. in the morning. So let's say you wake up with a sudden envy in the morning to buy a pair of heels. Well, you can have it delivered at 7:30 at your doorstep. And that's, how close you are from physical to digital. We do believe that customers want to experience things. And again, the arbitrator of taste is really what we're known for. Now, for us, it's all about moving digital, physical, and physical, digital together. And it's finding the right balance between logic and magic all the time. So we came up with an idea of having a space, which we call Carlos Place, which is going to open this year, in 2018, in Mayfair, in the most premium place in London, in front of the Connaught Hotel. A beautiful townhouse, you can see the logo here, the full townhouse. And this is our vision of retail. And the vision is that you're going to have 2 floors of retail, 2 floors of private shopping, and 1 floor of media content, of hub. And the entire retail space is going to be driven by what we create from the content side. So we'll have mini conferences every week, going from a museum curator on a specific topic, interviewing a designer interviewing a top model, a designer interviewing an athlete, an entrepreneur in discussion with a yoga teacher, all those kind of things. And we mix all the different gender, always going back to a luxury lifestyle. And everything is going to be broadcasted live on Facebook. And depending on the content, the edit, the product selection, will be driven by the nature of the content. So the products are going to change many, many times during the week in that townhouse, driven by the podcast and by the live streaming that we're going to do. And we're going to connect to the world by going live through social network. So now a physical space become a media creator, a hub, a global hub. And this is what we see is the future of retail. We have our stores as well across London. So these is just some pictures of our stores. We also opened a Ray store. And everything that we do physical activities around the world, global events. You see some of the pictures here. We travel the world. We do a lot of designer events, specific collaboration, and we travel the world with the designers, meet our VIP customers and the press. This is a big activation that we did in Seoul, in South Korea, with Vêtements, Georgian brand, which, by the way, we were the first one to believe in Vêtements in summer spring 15, and we've launched a great collaboration with them last year in Seoul. And this is just some of the example of that concept that I was talking to you about, the media creation. These pictures are from New York. So we tested that concept, that townhouse concept, last year in 4 cities, in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Paris, and New York. In New York, in 4 days, we took over a beautiful townhouse. We created content that we broadcasted live on Facebook. We had a curated offer products that were linked to that content, and in 4 days, we've reached 43 million people around the world. And that's why we decided to invest into that permanent space in London. So, now, how do we merge commerce and content together? I just wanted to show you exactly how is our content done on the site. And you can see it's very rich in content. And we mix product and content together all the time. So you never leave the story. And you have the ability to shop within the story. We estimate that 35% of our business, of our revenue, is driven by customers who have interacted with a piece of content. So people want to be inspired every day. And even if they don't buy on your site, they come to your site because they want to know what's new. They want to know what's that new designer, that new trend that we are putting together. And everything that you see here is our matchesfashion.com touch. So brands will come to us, and they will tell us we're very interested about your point of view on our brand. So the shoot that you just saw was a Fendi shoot that Fendi commissioned, but with our vision of Fendi. And then we created what we call the Style Social. The Style Social is an amazing platform that enables to have an ambassador, which is us. So we are all, each every one of us now, influencers. We have all a network of friends that we have within our own platform. And you, as a customer, you could hashtag #MatchesFashion, take a picture of yourself from the product that you bought from our site, and you upload the picture directly through the app on matchesfashion.com. Of course, it goes through a validation process. Your picture gets published on the website, and the customer can shop directly from your post. So everything starts from what the customer is actually driving it. So the customer is the center of attention, and it's the ambassador of our brand. And this is exactly how it works. So that's the Style Social. So you upload your image. You have different categories. And these are customer content. These are pictures from our customers. All of them shoppable directly from their Instagram feed. And you can shop the look directly. So this is one of our customers. And we've created as well the Style Daily. And the Style Daily, same thing, we're the first person in the industry to do that, is an internal bot, internal fashion bot. Every day, you get your fashion information, 15 minutes of automatic bot. So giving you information, but it's automatic. So as you can see, this is the kind of interaction that we have through the app. You can shop also directly through it. So easy essentials. Anything else? Tell me more. You just click on tell me more, or anything else here. Then we go into another topic, automatically. And you just spend 5 minutes every morning on it. You get an understanding of what we do, of what kind of products we love, the kind of thing that we want to share with you, and you can shop directly from that conversation, which is completely driven by an automatic bot. But that follows your preferences. So this is what the press also is saying by the fact that we are shaping really how we shop now. And that's extremely important. This is some of the things that we've done just last year. And it's just to show you the pace of everything we do every year, because we need to keep up every time with the speed of the industry.
Happy birthday, Matches Fashion.
Happy birthday, Matches Fashion.
Joyeux anniversaire, Matches Fashion.
Happy birthday, Matches Fashion.
Happy birthday, Matches Fashion.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I believe we have time for some Q&A. If you have any questions, of course. Yes.
So going from a physical retailer and reorienting your whole company into having such a digital focus, how did you go about that? How did you get the team in place to make that happen, and in such a short period of time?
Yes, so look, it was an extraordinary 5 years. I think the first thing that we've done, the name of the company was Matches at the time. And the first thing that we've done was to change the name. So we changed from Matches to matchesfashion.com. And, it's a small thing, but it meant a lot. Because instantly, by putting a .com to our name, by changing the window of our stores with matchesfashion.com, instantly, everybody in the organization understood that we were very serious about transforming the business into a global business using the digital opportunity. Then, obviously, we went into the execution, and we had to be very good in executing our vision. So, we are helped by an industry which is 262 billion euros, which was, in 2012, completely underpenetrated. And I always say that I always found it to be quite unacceptable on the fact that customers were more than ready. It's just that brands were quite protective in terms of the way they were distributing the digital opportunity. And now it's catching up. So we are helped by the fact that alone the online penetration is increasing quite fast every year. So Bain & Company estimate that in 2025, 20 to 25% will be done online in the world. So we spent a lot of time on logistic. We do next day delivery, 90 minutes. Logistic was very important. We brought the right technology into the business. We changed the entire technology of the business. From the very first day, we integrate a CRM tool to have a 360 view of the customer, regardless of the touch points. We brought a lot of e-commerce expertise into the business, and we also decided to do, which at the time nobody did, was to invest quite massively in content. And at the time, if you were looking at our business, you would think, okay, why are they investing so much in content? They don't necessarily drive the revenue for now, but that's a bet that we took because we knew that it was going to be a positioning bit. So all of that happened together, and we worked extremely hard over the past 5 years, every day, to make it work. Yes.
How important is exclusivity in terms of assortment for driving people to the site?
So exclusivity is very important. Look, at the end of the day, it depends what you define as exclusivity. Our content is exclusive. It's original. So our full content is totally exclusive. So first thing. Second thing is the exclusivity that we do with brands. So I think, every year, if you look at the past 3 years, we're doing about 60 different exclusives a year with brands. So we are known in the industry to have designers working on specific collection, capsule collection, just alone for matchesfashion.com. And what we're doing is that it's not just a one-off. It's an opportunity for the designer to present the collection directly online and through physical activities as well. So we travel the world with designers, meeting the press, the VIP customer, doing global events exactly this way. So it's extremely important. And we spend as much time with emerging brands as we do with international brands. Because we do believe that customers, they want to be inspired, and they are coming to our website because they're super interested about what we do with smaller brands, with emerging brands.
How old is your private label?
How old is our private label? So about 3 years now.
Have you ever considered wholesaling your private label?
No. Did we consider it? Yes, it was one question. We scratched it right away. Look, at the end of the day, nobody knows that it's matchesfashion.com behind. Okay, we're between peers, B2B, so we're saying it, but our customers do not know. So what they know is that it's only available at matchesfashion.com. The purpose here is that we do believe that there's a massive opportunity without wholesaling it because of our global opportunity. But the idea here is to keep it for now exclusively distributed on matchesfashion.com. And on our store as well, because we opened even a physical store in Notting Hill in London for Ray.
Ulric, why did you feel it was important to add a private label, given the number of brands you carry?
I think it was something quite natural. We had another private label before that, which was a complete different angle, which was like more conservative. We changed the name. We brought a creative designer in-house. We gave a wild card to that creative director. The opportunity was to build something extremely strong, is that every day we speak to our customer. Every day we understand their preferences. Every day we understand what they want in terms of the product delivery, the speed of those delivery. So we thought we needed to capture this, to have an opportunity to have a product offering which is more linked with what customer wants today. And because we have that information, we own that information, it was an opportunity to put out to the world a concentration of that information, of understanding those preferences of the customer into one single brand. Yes?
You were saying earlier that men represent 20% of your business. At maturity would be 30%, so that's still a minority share. So what different dynamics do you see across women and men in your business?
Yeah, so look, why 70-30, in about 2 years' time? It's because first, the woman market in fashion is bigger. So that's just very natural. So that's the first answer. Now, men is growing very fast for us. I don't communicate those numbers, but it's the highest segment of growth for the business today. So that's the answer. So we're investing now quite massively into the men opportunity around the world.
I know we're in Japan, but I actually wanted to ask about South Korea. Matches has invested a lot into the Korean market. So what drove that decision, and why, out of all the Asian markets, Korea?
It's a very good question. So Korea came as a bit of a surprise. And it came through an amazing collaboration that we did with one brand called Vêtements. And so Vêtements is a brand that we discovered in summer-spring 15, that nobody had picked up. We were the first company in the world to distribute Vêtements. And what we did is that we did a collaboration, Vêtements-matchesfashion.com, at the end of 2016 in Seoul, a capsule collection, 16 styles, that we went public in Seoul, an hour and a half away from Seoul, in a farmhouse in the middle of cows. There was just nothing out there. We made it public 24 hours before. We had 4,000 people coming in less than 24 hours. We sold out in 3 hours. And instantly, our name became popular in South Korea. And because of that, we thought we had an opportunity to really start to invest more in a more customized way in South Korea. So this is where it was starting from. Which, by the way, going back, the beauty of doing great collaboration with brands. Because this is how you differentiate yourself. You put your DNA as well, and you collaborate with the designers. Sorry.
Hi, Marita from Mecca Brands. Great presentation, incredibly insightful. You still see the opportunity for physical stores,
yes,
in spite of the incredible success of online. Can you share with us just your vision for how many stores you see and in how many markets you think you can open these physical stores?
Yeah, I mean, look, we do believe, first, forget about physical digital. What people want is to be inspired. Okay, and it just happens that they want to be inspired not just from the online side, but they want to touch the product. They want to, and even though they're not present into physical space, They love to be curious, and they need to understand that something is going on somewhere in the world into a physical space. And that's why the Instagram stories are very popular, is because people are curious to understand who's doing what at a specific time in a certain place. And that's how we see retail. So the concept that I was talking to you about, which was Carlos Place in Mayfair, those 6 stories townhouse, this is our vision. It doesn't mean that we're going to have, X number of that concept everywhere in the world. It means that we've tested it last year through temporary places that we took over, so in New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Paris. That was extremely popular. We reached tens of millions of people just having physical activities into white space, but broadcasting it to the world through technology. And that, we think, is the way we see the future of retail. Is to have an opportunity to do amazing things, inspiring things in one physical space, but to broadcast it to the world. Good. Thank you very much.
I would like to know your career background of your team. Is it cross-industry or?
Yeah, so we have 900 people in the business. So look, all of the work here is because of the team, and I would say, if you look at the buying team, for instance, because the selection of the product is very important, a lot of them have been homegrown. So we are very interested for people to come, from different places in the world, who have a very good fashion sense. They're quite young, and they grew up with the business. And that's, that's the role of every buyers, for instance, to find their successor. And they usually do that, and they homegrown the team. And then we brought specific experts in different departments, of course, to try to help the right service, the right logistic, the right technology. And we spent a lot of time connecting the dots between the different departments so that all the departments work together all the time. And that's, that was super important because the customer feel it, see it every day when a company interacts well internally. Thank you very much. Thank you.